begins to lengthen, and your spirit can feel the winds of life ebbing from the land, creeping like the shadows. Like children by the ocean, we are playing with forces we don't understand. Some say it came from the green monkey, some say they make it in a laboratory, but the origin is of little concern when you're talking about fatality. The equation is exponential, it goes to infinity. It's like nuclear fusion and just as deadly. I'm talking about AIDS, the HIV. God help you if you have that virus. They call it the missionary, it comes to embarrass us. All you men who like to run around, all you women who like to run around, you got to change your sexual behavior. Don't you know this thing deadlier than cancer? Brother, you playing Russian roulette. Sister, you fooling with death. You better get serious for sure. AIDS kill and it has no cure. But you can get AIDS if you stick IV needles in your vein. You can get AIDS if you boys from boys abstain. You can get AIDS if you leave the women of the night alone. You can get AIDS. Buckle up your pants, boy, and stay at home. Now is the time to practice chastity. Now is the time for fidelity. Let me tell you, we have to get back to the biblical form of morality. We have got to change, for there is no cure, no cure. This thing will mess up your inside. You better get serious. Real, real, real serious.
We have got to change.
You better get serious. Deep within you, there is no surrender. On the battlefield of life, the war rages on. Passion in the night, burn to its own destruction. If you can't control your passion, then you better take heed, learn to take precaution. A person can look and feel good and well, but they may have the virus and you can't tell. And it could spread to anybody who engage in sexual activity. The only way to reduce the spread, unless you want to dead, is to keep out of every and anybody bed. Let me tell you, it's the HIV. God help you if you have that virus. They call it the missionary, comes to embarrass us. All you men who like to run around, stop it. All you women who like to run around, let me tell you, you better change your sexual behavior. Don't you know this thing deadlier than cancer? Brother, you playing Russian roulette. Sister, you fooling with death. You better get serious for sure. AIDS kill and it has no cure. But you can't get AIDS if you stick IV needles in your vein. You can't get AIDS if you boys from boys abstain. Abstain. Can't get AIDS if you leave the women of the night alone. You can't get AIDS. Buckle up your pants, boy, and stay at home. Now is the time to practice chastity. Now is the time for fidelity. We have to get back to the biblical form of morality. We have got to change, for there is no cure, no cure. This thing will bust up you inside. No cure, mama.
We have got to change.
Baby,
We have got to change.
The future's lost and there is no more time. It may be a stranger or somebody that you know, let compassion show. Guilt and anger are natural reaction. They bargain with God and reason with man. Some become depressed and suicidal. They can't cope with the acceptance. They need our support and sympathy. So don't be afraid to act. The virus cannot be spread by casual contact. It's the HIV. God help you if you have that virus. They call it the missionary. It comes to embarrass us. All you men who like to run around, all you women who like to run around, let me tell you, you got to change your sexual behavior. Don't you know this thing deadlier than cancer? Brother, you playing Russian roulette. Sister, you fooling with death. You better get serious for sure. It's kill and it has no cure. But you can't get it if you stick IV needles in your vein. You can't get it if you boys from boys abstain. You can't get it if you leave the women of the night alone. You can't get it. Buckle up your pants, boy, and stay at home. Now is the time to practice chastity. Now is the time for fidelity. Let me tell you, we have to get back to the biblical form of morality. We have got to change.